What is poppin' peeps? It is Jet, and we are finally getting My Villain Academia animated. If you guys are excited to see My Villain Academia finally getting animated, make sure you guys go ahead and decay that subscribe button, turn on the bell so you never miss another upload. 100% stress output that like button, comment, and when you share, make sure you Sad Man's Parade and share it with everyone on the internet. But without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about MVA. So yes, episode 108 is going to be My Villain Academia, which it is actually going to be titled I am excited. Studio Bones has been pissing about with season 5 all year. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, season 5 has been pretty rubbish. It's had its few hits here and there. You know, the Ida episode, it was good. The Black Whip episode, it was good. The Endeavor Agency versus ending was good. But other than that, this season has been riddled with flashbacks and overall just had a slow pacing. Oh yeah, and the biggest things with this season is that the Endeavor Agency and MVA got switched around. So we were experiencing, you know, Endeavor Agency. Honestly, you guys know what it is. You guys wouldn't be here if you didn't know what it was. I was excited about this season to finally get animated, mainly for MVA, but I was also excited to see Endeavor Agency, which they did pretty well, even though it was riddled with flashbacks. And I was excited to see the Joint Training Guard get the justice that it deserved, because in the manga it was hated on, but now that it's animated, it is slightly less hated on. There's only so much you can do to save an arc, and making it move and put it in color can only do so much for an arc. We got through Joint Training Arc and we were about to get NBA, or so I thought, but I was like, yeah, no, we're gonna switch it around. We're gonna switch Endeavor Agency up here. And you wanna know why? It was all going towards a third movie that may or may not be canon to the story. That from the trailers, it looks pretty good. The movie looks pretty good. I see where the animation was going. I see where the budget was going. It obviously wasn't going to this season. Actually, I'm exaggerating. The animation for this season was pretty good. You know, we got through Joint Training Arc, we got through Endeavor Agency, and the movie is already released. And unfortunately, or fortunately, however you see it, it's getting a lot of money. Like, it outdid Fast and the Furious in like the first weekend. This could be seen as a good or a bad thing because these movies are kind of interfering with the seasons, and next season it's gotta be peak. We don't need no movies interrupting next season. Next season is gonna be animated, arguably the best arc, and not only My Hero Academia, but in current Shonen Jump, the Paranormal Liberation War. But before we get to that, let's go. We got MVA. I'm excited. A lot of you are excited, and so far what I've seen from MVA, it looks pretty good. I said in a previous video that they have to knock this arc out of the park. All right, Endeavor Agency was good. Joint Training Arc, it did what it did. This arc cannot be on par with those. It has to be better. And so far with this preview, I still have hope that this arc can be animated well to like the point that it deserves, but there is some concern with it, mainly this picture right here. If I put up on screen where Shigaraki is getting the surgery done on him, this picture has me concerned. And if you don't see what's wrong with it, let me go ahead and put the manga panel up right about now. As you can see, there is a huge difference between these two pictures. For one, in the anime version of this scene, my boy Shigaraki was watching too much Hunter x Hunter and tapped into his fucking Godspeed form. Not only is my boy Shigaraki trying to do his best impression of Thor, but in the anime, this shit is hella censored. I mean, look at the manga. This surgery looks grueling, blood everywhere, and through all this pain, he's smiling in the manga. Listen, on one hand, I'm nervous for the MVA adaptation because this scene could be foretelling of what the future of this arc could be. It could be hella censored because this arc is brutal. If they censored this, I'm gonna be scared what's actually gonna be censored once MVA is fully adapted. But on the other hand, I could be over exaggerating and MVA could be the peak arc of My Hero Academia's anime. Because you guys know that the MHA fanbase loves to nitpick about things. You guys already know. With last season in the clouds, people are complaining about how the clouds look. And then again last season, people were complaining about how the Wow Wow Pussycats were posed like as if they matter. Like, but then you look at season 4 and Bones knocked it out of the park with episode 88, the best episode in My Hero Academia's anime. What I'm trying to say is that just because the anime adapts a panel not exactly one for one, frame by frame or whatever, doesn't mean that the rest of the animation is going to be bad. But at the end of the day, I'm not sure what's going to happen. I'm not sure whether the adaptation of MVA is going to be peak MHA anime or it's going to be a dud. I don't know. I'm a prophet, but I can't see that far in the future. By nature, I'm usually pretty pessimistic, you know, a glass half empty type of person, but deep down, I have hope that this anime adaptation of MVA will do good. A lot of people think season 5 of MHA is ruined because of the movie, which yeah, I can kind of see. But then again, we were saying the same thing about season 4, and then they busted out Deku versus Overall and Endeavor versus Nomu. Still the best episode of the anime. What I'm saying is, don't count Bones out. Just because the rest of the season wasn't as peak as we wanted it to be, it could still be worse. It could be 7 Deadly Sins type worse. If you had to take away anything for this movie, is that we are finally getting peak fiction animated. I'm hyped, you should be hyped, but don't get your hopes up too high, alright? This ain't no Ufotable, alright? This ain't Studio Ufotable animated in MVA, but do keep in mind that Bones has knocked it out the park before with MHA, and I do think that they will knock it out the park with MVA. But if you guys are excited for MVA and you want to see me ramble more on this channel, make sure you guys go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and share. But I will see you guys next week.